gift to the world of cricket, I have to say. No matter where you are in the world, Nepal are playing. They just bring so much atmosphere, and it's a really joyful atmosphere as well.
I think he'll take a little bit more off this one, but he bounces it in, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary.
Well, he overcompensates, Fletcher, having gone wide outside the off stump. 3 deliveries he then tries to correct, and it's just an easy proposition. Flick off the hip in the end. Just needs to have a little realignment, and 2 of the senior players in Max O'Dowd and Vikramjit Singh. Singh out there, dancers out there as well.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but if my bowler's just bowled 3 wides, you know almost certainly he's gone down the leg side. I'm slightly surprised that there wasn't a short fine leg put in there just to pick up anything, because it was really a fairly easy tickle round the corner.
Well, Scott Edwards has just run up from behind the stumps and had a word now with his debutante. He's just trying to calm things down, discuss the plans. Just maybe had some new gloves brought out.
Yes, started to look expensive, Fletcher. It's 13 runs now credited to him.
Well, the plan is there, but it's just been, he's just pushing it just a little bit too far across, and with that angle, he's not got a huge margin of error. I think we've got a fielder come off. Is that Van der Merwe who's come on now as a sub fielder?
Well, Van der Merwe is on, unusually for him wearing his number. That's wide again, and this is becoming a problem. I think, you know, you wait a long time to play at this level, you get that first wicket, the adrenaline is surging, you end the over, you're getting ready to come back on, and you're almost too hyped at the moment. So he's testing our graphics operator. We're not used to 3 wides or 4 wides and an over. That's guided away beautifully. That's lovely shots. And Bertel helps himself, moves on to 19. Guided that away.
Yeah, this has just become a bit of a nightmare second over for the debutante. It's almost like golfers talking about getting the yips. You sometimes see that happen with bowlers when they just lose their line. He went wide of off stump again, but it was just too short.
Well, some moments in life you never want to end, and others can't end quickly enough. And this over can't end quickly enough for Fletcher.
Well, it's if he can just get out of it, he'll walk away feeling a lot better. So if he can just get out of this over, he's still got, incredibly, 4 deliveries to come. So it's going to be some hard work for him to get out of it. I'm sure the fact that he's got that very vocal crowd behind him isn't helping him either.
7th ball of this over. Bounces it in, gets slapped away through mid-wicket.
Oh, it was short again, but he's just adjusted his line. He talked about having the taller bowler in and where he might be able to use the bounce, but if you're going to be short, it's got to be short enough. It's got to be up around that eye line, up around sort of shoulder level, and it's got to have enough pace on it.
3 to come. The gentle little single and no more.
Yeah, another one better, just much tighter line. It's enough bounce on it. A little bit fuller. this has been a bit of a recovery. He's got 2 balls to try and get out of this one now.
And he comes, that's high, but it's safe as well. It'll take a bounce or 2 before finding the boundary. The over Horribilis.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough one for the bowler when it's all going wrong. As you can see here, he went short. It's just not quite got the pace on it.
Off the over. This will be the 10th ball. I hope it's not a wide because I've run out of fingers. Oh, he digs that in, slapped away. He'll come all the way down. Deep on the leg side. Well, it took a while, but finally he's got through. But that's a terrific over from a Nepalese perspective. They have lost 2 wickets. They're 43 for 2 after 4.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
यसमा रागको फिला मिसाउनु पाए बडा गज्जा बन्थ्यो होला बुढी
रागको फिला चाहिँ हैन मेरो फिला मिसाइदिन्छु अनि खाऊ मजाले
धनपुर रेटोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल
To excitement pretty quickly, and certainly the Nepalese fans a little bit worried after the first couple of overs, but 43 after 4. No, a run rate of greater than 10 as Zach Lancaster gets ready to come on to bowl. Carl Klein has been efficient in his first over, took a wicket in his second, but then got carted around slightly.
Well, I think they're just looking at pace off now.
Lovely square cut. And going after that is Singh. He'll come through for 2.
I think he might have stopped, prevented a couple of runs there too with that stop. Was yesterday. It's felt the pace off was the best way to slow the scoring. He desperately needs that now with Bhutel and Podal, I should say, racing away after that expensive over from Ben Fletcher. I do really feel for Fletcher coming on, making a debut. You've got that adrenaline from that first wicket and then just a really tough over where he lost his radar.
Lancaster, that sat up nicely. There was never any danger that that was going to be caught, and that's going to race all the way to the boundary. Ben Fletcher had no chance to take that very deliberate shot. And Kushal Bartel moves on to 31.
Well, he's 6'5", Ben Fletcher, but he would have had to have been, I reckon, 8'5" to have got to that ball. It was well placed in the end. I have to say, too, Ben Fletcher, I like that hat, by the way, whatever that wide-brimmed hat is.
It's in the air. It's safe, good ball. Zach Lancaster.
That might be a bit of encouragement for Lancaster. Oh, that certainly will be.
Stopping attempt.
Yep. Really, 2 balls in a row where there's just a little bit of interest.
That's in the air. So there is a real long run. Just can't get there. It looked reasonably safe from the commentary position. Fielder just too far away at deep backward square leg.
Well, it was a pretty good effort at Sulfika down there. Deep backward square leg. He had to cover a lot of room. I'm not sure if he completely judged it
The 50 up in good time. That is in there. Fletcher can't get there. $52.42 after 5. It's adventurous stuff in Glasgow.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स।
Lost 2 wickets, but they've started to put the foot down and have already reached 52. Daniel Durham will get his chance, his 7th T20 game. His best 2 for 13. And it's no great surprise that Ben Fletcher has been replaced for now.
Well, no one wants to not show confidence in a new player on debut, but one left armour replaced with another, but of the slow left arm orthodox variety.
Wind starting just to get up a little bit more, makes it tricky also.
Originally from St Martin, Daniel Durham.
It's in there, it's a chance. And Max O'Dowd will take it. Good catch, but it's a fairly simple one at mid-on. And Daniel Durham has made an impact.
Well, straight away again with the bowling change, having the immediate impact. And terrific work. Max O'Dowd has been so frustrated fielding in front of us, wanting to get in on the action. He gets his chance on his knees. Did a great job getting underneath it as well. So they really needed that, the Netherlands. Brutel, well, he's had some fun out there. But it comes...
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन अब त त्यो वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो
धनपुर रेटोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
For Durham. Wicket with his second ball.
He's pretty tall, gets the ball down, and the single is taken. Always good to get yourself off the mark.
Yeah, well, that's an example of what I was talking about. That ball's gone straight to mid-off, and they've got the single. And what you might see, they ran Scotland ragged in one match. The Nepalese batters, and then what you saw the Netherlands do, they learned, they actually pushed their ring fielders in closer. So just keep an eye on that, because Scott Edwards knows that those fielders on the ring, if they hit it to them, there's every chance that they'll go for a single.
There's easy singles available through the mid-wicket area. It's just a little bit too straight though. Oh, what an interesting over. 54 for 3 after 6, Nepal.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Grab a Mountain Dew QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस् right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Time looked like they would press the accelerator. Nepal came in with an important wicket. Let's see what Zach Lancashire can do in his second over. Again, just touched fine. So the dangerous Kushal Urtel dismissed in the last over for 34. It's just a little dab.
Well, you can see they're well ahead of the run rate required.
Flipped off the legs, it's another single.
So they're ahead of the run rate, but I just feel like it's still a real tussle that is going on between these two sides. Now, Lancashire gets in on the wide act, but just a little pushback here from Netherlands after Nepal running rampant.
Again, just down into the gully area.
Something I have learned very quickly is just never to take anything for granted. When Nepal, they're a brilliantly entertaining side, and you just don't know.
Sweep round the corner. It's past fine leg. Ben Fletcher, they're going to come for a second. That's close. But again, sprinting through. Waddell quickly onto 50.
Well, homed very safely in the end. He was almost past the stumps, but good work from Edwards. He's always ready.
Oh, you mentioned it in the first innings. If that's a direct hit, he's out there. That's sometimes the margins that you play with. Well, they've scored off every ball. They'll be reasonably happy with that. They're ahead of the run rate. We're through 7 in Glasgow in the second innings. Nepal, 62 for 3.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies. हरेक निर्माण को धड़कन United Cements.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
Already having 2 overs as good as anything that the Dutch produced, and that was early doors too. Daniel Durham is going to continue from the Meldrum Gardens end here at Titwood in Glasgow. We're in Pollock Shields. 1848 cricket was first played on this ground. And depending on which archive you decide to go through, Clydesdale Cricket Club, who are the owners of this ground, are reckoned to be Glasgow's oldest surviving team. It's quickly done through on the reverse sweep. Used to play football here as well, Clydesdale, losing finalists to Queen's Park in the first ever Scottish Cup final. Bit more air in that one.
He's been playing a lot for the Leeward Islands in recent times, Daniel Durham. And the runs and in the wickets.
Has he got him? He has! Well, you can see the frustration from Eddie, but he just got a nick and it's been taken behind the stumps. Caught by the skipper Edwards. He's going for 3.
Well, we saw it from Sandy Blamachani in the first innings, and that part is being played by Daniel Durham here in the second. He has been outstanding since he came on, the big man. And the dangerous Irie departs. He rips that ball in. Just the tiniest feather. Great work from Scott Edwards as well, the captain.
बल मासुमा झोल हाल भात खाऊ
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन अब त त्यही वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो
धनपुरे टोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो
T20 specialist brought into this squad just for this week's matches.
Oh, that's a horrible mistake. And that's... Well, he left his bat, but he got himself back, and somehow the Dutch didn't complete a run-out.
We've got a little bit of a village situation here, all round. There was miscommunication, there was dropped bats, there was slipping over, there was misfield, and in the end, it's a dot ball.
There are easier ways to get a dot ball.
Well, just looking once more at the end of this over, everybody was falling over. The bat had been left behind by Rohit, but the throw, Max O'Dowd had slipped in sending it in. End of the over.
63 for 4, chasing 152.
मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Zach Lancashire to continue from the Kirkcaldy Road end. There was interest in a second, that's why the Dutch had to move very quickly.
Run rate required has gone right up as the current run rate. It's really taken a beating the last couple of overs.
It was a fuller ball. Get into the net in partnership with Rohit Padel. Fourth ball faced, trying to get off the mark, won't do so there. Singh fielding well.
Took a bit of tap in early on in his spell, but Lancashire's actually done really well.
Comes it again, there's the little push. It's a very deliberate shot. No third man. And they'll hold there. Good chasing down. Dutch fielding has been strong.
I know they have to be. Cordell is still very, very quick between the wickets.
Tidy over so far.
Yeah, really well done from someone who's often referred to as a part-time spinner. But Zach Lancashire's taken real responsibility.
Durham has gone into kind of gully backward point area. Jab through there, but there's no way they were going to go through. Lovely direct hit as well. This one's in the balance. 9 overs gone in the innings. 66 for 4 Nepal.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware. Luxury made affordable.
हर एक निर्माण को धड़कन यूनाइटेड सीमेंट्स प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
Well, it would take a brave person to call this one. And well, I can't talk for Mel, but I'm not brave enough to call it at this stage.
I'm not brave enough to ever suggest anything when the cardiac kids are in town. Sakib Zulfikar swept first ball. Wind has picked up a little bit as well. Just noticed from our tent flapping around a bit. Hopefully it's well secured around us. I'm sure it is. That run rate required just pushing up over 8 and over. Still well in control. Really good fielding. There's Noah Crows out there. Keeps it to just one. They know how quick they are. They've seen it before, and if you're not right on top of your ground fielding, then all of a sudden you look up and they're scoring in 2s and 3s all the time.
It's just chipped away. That's a great Zulfikar. And a lovely cameo with the bat. Provided very important runs. That's just tickled down. Short third man. Arm sends it back in. It's a tidy start to his first over, the fifth bowler used by the Dutch. Turned round, sliding in. Well, Ben Fletcher couldn't get there, but good backing up from deep. Coming in from Noah Crows. It's firmer away, and it's still only going to yield a single. 70 up. It's taken 10 overs. We'll talk to you about how that compares to the Netherlands.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
You're watching coverage of Nepal against the Netherlands, the T20 International, the Tri-Series in Glasgow. And in the second innings, Nepal are chasing, and it really couldn't be much closer in terms of where everybody were.
Well, you look at that, the two worms there, they're crossing over, performing a little dance, and that very much sums up the arm wrestle that's going on at the moment. As we see Vikramjit Singh coming into the attack, so Scott Edwards is also rotating through his bowlers, using all options. Back to a bit of seam bowling. He's had good value out of his spinners today, has Scott Edwards.
Vikram Singh, his first over, bowler number 6. For it. That's good running between the wickets, but one thing, we've not turned off our microphones, the Nepalese on that far side have really gone quiet in the last 5-10 minutes.
Well, I think after those fireworks brought them to life, they got off to that rocketing start. Don't you worry, that noise, it'll grow again. They won't stay quiet for long.
Dell has moved to 20 of 16. Singh is wanting movement. on the boundary. There's the little push shot through. Nicely done. I do like that shot. Timed it well. Just pushed it through point and backward point area.
Just nice little wristy piece of timing. There's plenty of space on that leg side. You can see you've got the field up on the offside. And plenty of space for them to run twos or even threes if they can use a crease, get it to the leg side. But that's why he's got that offside field up there. He's just hanging it on a length outside the off stump sink.
Well, the Dutch know defending just 152. They have to be really strong in the field today. You can see the urgency and the movement. Singing again.
Well, this time he doesn't get his line quite right, and it is dropped into that leg side, but they can't get the extra run because Noah Cruz is very quick in off the rope.
Graham Singh, 4 wickets in his time, 3 for 16, his best performance.
What he has done, he's come into the attack here and he's just not given very much away. He's got that offside field up, protected, and that's generally where he's bowled.
Again, that's only going to be a single. It's just 5 off the over. And that's an excellent opening over from Vikram Singh. 75 for 4. 9 overs to go.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
पञ्चकन्या
75 for 4, chasing 153 to win. The Netherlands lost out to Scotland by 39 runs yesterday. Get in, figure it. He's ready to face his 16th ball. He's on 7. It's cut it away. It's Pascali. And the complete for the 2.
Zolfika was pretty tidy in his first over. Great day of it with the bat. But, pretty good so far with the ball.
There's the cut. More work for Adamanura.
Again, though, just pushing hard, getting all those twos. They start to add up.
It's interesting watching ball. Sometimes it's a lot more deliberate down, sometimes he airs it out more. And that one nearly caught out, thinking it.
Well, he's almost chopped on, just a thick under-edged from Kieran, and he's pretty lucky.
It's the sweep away. Again, picks out a fielder.
I think that's a could only see the mullet. But that's a brilliant dive. Wow.
We'll take time to fill in that hole later. It's in the air, but it's way safe. 4 runs. Beautifully done. This is getting interesting. Stay with us. 84 for 4 after 12.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर, लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल।
त्यो तेरो सुँगुरे थुतुने नचलाइकन एक डब्बाको चाड हाल्न ते।
बिहान बिहान कुकुरले गु खाएको छैन होला तिमीलाई चाड।
धनपुरे टोल।
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
Vikram Singh to continue. There's one in there. There's certainly a possibility of a second. O'Dowd coming quickly. There's the throw. Direct hit might have caused problems. And the touch think that was close. He was just so close to rattling the sticks there.
I'll just have a look here. That ball fired in. I think he might have been safe home though. They're very, very, very quick. Those twos, as I said, in the last over, they just add up. And all of a sudden they've got 3 or 4 twos in an over, and then the boundary comes, and all of a sudden it's a very expensive over. Although it has to be said, Max O'Dowd, he's one of the best fielders on this Dutch side, and he haired in and hurled that ball in.
It's completely long on. There might be a change of glove required.
And Rohit getting a new pair.
It's always the best time to ask the equipment manager for a new glove is when you're batting, because he can't argue with you.
Oh, hold on to your hats. I think this could be entertaining.
Second, just a little push shot. 8 balls bowled, 7 runs conceded. It's pretty tidy.
They're doing so well at the moment, Nepal, but you just always suspect there's going to be, well, maybe at least 3 twists in this before we reach a conclusion, and who knows what that conclusion would be. 67 or 46, definitely gettable with 6 wickets in hand.
So what I need you to do is write down what those 3 twists are going to be and pop them in an envelope, and then at the end of the game we could check.
Oh, look, there might be 5, but what I do know is just how steadfast their captain is, Podol. Just the way he's come out there and played such a good hand. He's got some support now out there now from Taguna.
Singing again. We'll take the single. Nepal's international records, 99 matches at this level coming into today. They've won 56, they've lost 40. And there's been 3 no results along the way. These 2 teams have met 13 times. The Netherlands have the edge 7-5 so far.
I think a lot of people will look at the results that these 2 teams have had, or the performances they've put up in World Cups.
Well, that you will not find in any textbook. I think I know what he was trying to do, but that's not quite the way to execute it.
Yeah, degree of difficulty 3.3. Tried to just help it on its way. Couldn't connect. But yes, the Dutch, of course, and the success that they've had both at the T20 and at the ODI World Cups. But for Nepal, I think everyone remembers when they pushed South Africa so close in the United States.
There's a little clip, they'll have to go back. That's been an absolutely terrific over. Good bowling from Vikram Singh. Puts the pressure back on Nepal, who after 13 overs, 87 for 4. Chase.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन United Cements.
Also been some brilliant bowling from the Dutch, really restricting And that's why Nepal, when they got ahead of the Dutch, haven't been able to get themselves really to accelerate. And the Dutch have fought back well here.
Well, Durham, he has been the ace in the pack.
The shout was there. Not sure they were convinced by it. And the bowler doesn't really go up. Not quite sure.
Well, I think there was bat involved, and that's why he wasn't interested. But straight away,
he's gone. Bowled him right through. He went for the sweep. Didn't connect. The wickets are burst, and that's another terrific wicket for Daniel Durham.
My goodness, 3 for 3 is Durham, and it has been a day out from him, and he has just pulled things back again for the Netherlands. He has been outstanding. It seems so innocuous, but he does get the revs on it, and that ball skips through. It's the second time he's splayed the stumps. What a day he is having. The pendulum swings again.
The gunner's out for 15, and now Singh gets the call in at 7.
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन अब त त्यो वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो
धनपुरे टोल पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टील वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित.
Really gives it a real rip. Gets the revs on that ball, and it seems to just skip on. Kisses the surface.
3 for 3 is outstanding. They will take the run, and off the mark is Rupesh Singh.
Good work there, Danny. Good work there, Danny. Boy, love the work there, Danny.
Durham again. There's the sweep, executed a little bit better, but again, good field placement from the Dutch.
And they need to find a way to start scoring at a quicker rate. Nepal almost chops on, and he knows it too. He's hunting a 4th wicket.
Rupesh Singh almost fell, 3rd ball there. Durham to end the over, just a little clip. Backwards of square, but it will just be a single. Well, when you're economical, you're one thing. When you're taking wickets, that's another. 90 for 5 after 14.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती. प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल. यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर, लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
Well, it's interesting. It feels like forever since there's been a boundary. It has only been a couple of overs.
Well, it certainly wasn't one in Doran's last over. So the first time he's taken more than 2 wickets. It's his best bowling performance so far in a T20 international. What a time for him to come and do it with those qualifiers on the horizon. It could be a real asset for Netherlands.
Just one boundary in the last 50 balls. It's not going to win you too many matches. That just its way through. Okay, not a short of a player has been playing an awful lot. Just 3 now for Singh.
the run rate required is now heading up towards 2 a ball.
Yeah, 10.6 and over is what's required. They're scoring currently just about 6.5. There's the attempted bouncer. And then it comes.
Yeah, so the pressure certainly rising on Nepal, but they still have plenty of power. Remember, Karen Casey still to come out to bat.
Again, just a single. They're going to have to start to put the foot on the accelerator. It's kind of jammed on the brake at the moment.
Well, Podell is out there, and he is well and truly set. I mean, going at a fine rate as well. He just needs someone to go with him.
Podell, 28, 23 balls. Hortel, the opener, top scored so far on 34. Singing again. There's the big shot. It's going to find its way to be just stopped. That's excellent. Lancashi, I think it is out there. And the fielding from the Dutch has been terrific.
Outstanding stuff from Lion Cache. It was beautifully played in the end, just flayed away. And that ball should have been 4. Just managed to bat it back in. Great work from the young man.
Moving round from long off to almost deep extra cover there. Good tracking. Sing in again. It's in the air, but Max O'Dowd will be straight there together. Scoring off each ball isn't the problem. Finding the boundary is the issue.
Yeah, they just need that one release ball, but Vikramjit Singh hasn't given it to them. He's had his plan set, and he's actually been pretty accurate in bowling to his field. Not been anything particularly loose.
Best Singh on strike. There's a fine singles collection, and it's time to up the ante here. It's going to be another single.
Oh, again, that should not be a single, but this is what they do. Terrific running, but they need the boundaries. 15 gone, 97 for 5.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Grab a Mountain Dew, QR code scan gari. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Servo.
Over number 16 to come. But just have a look at the 31 of 25 balls, but just not finding the boundaries too often.
I had that glorious 6 early on. And, a lot of those runs scored when during that expensive over from Fletcher, who has been brought back into the attack now. Struggled massively with his line early on. Good opportunity for him to come back now. He's bowling around the wicket.
Around the wicket, immediately dispatched. That's good fielding work by Noah Cross. Gets that back in. And cross and come back for the second.
So maybe the change in angle before, he was bowling over the wicket and trying to push the ball across the batters, across the right-handed batters, and that's where he was getting himself into all sorts of trouble. So he was just pushing it too far each time. So the change in angle might help.
He comes again. Again, slashed away. Crows won't be able to get there. He's patrolling that side all on his own. And after almost 60 balls without a boundary. The rope is found. $100 up.
Crowd is up as well. Flayed away at that one. Again, he was given width outside the off stump.
Fletcher again. There's a better ball that gets applauded. You could see the venom in the effort. And that is the balls played through to mid-off for the single. The run rate is creeping up to almost 7 and over, but it's almost up, required 11 and over. This is going to be close.
If they just get one big over all of a sudden, it changes the equation very quickly.
Fletcher and digs in, just guided away. And fine leg. We'll pop it in.
Saying before, just feel for Fletcher coming in on debut. Just if he can get out of this one, keep it a bit tighter.
Bounced in, absolutely hammered. It's just what you called for if you're Nepalese. A 6, thrashed away through the leg side, over deep mid-wicket, and out the Brownie it goes.
Well, if you're going to bowl short, it's got to be the right kind of short. And unfortunately for Fletcher, this was the wrong side. There's angling, the ball came angling in, and just not quick enough to trouble Rupesh Singh.
14 off the over, it's clocked up to 15. Crows does well, nice tidy throw back in, but that's expensive from a Dutch perspective. It started well for Ben Fletcher, struggling a little bit now. 112 for 5 after.
सर्वोत्तम सीमेंट, सर्वोत्तम मजबूती.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
त्यो तेरो सुँगुरे थुतुने नचलाइ खाने एक डब्बाको चाड हाल्न ते.
बिहान बिहान कुकुरले गु खाएको छैन होला तिमीलाई चाड.
धनपुर रेटोल.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन. डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ.
For 5 now. Singh on strike for 19 per day, 132, and that is where we've got to. It is almost dead level.
Yeah, that last over, you see how quickly it changes things. Zach Lyon Cachet is back.
When the graphic showed it was tight, the Dutch, after their 16th over, 113, Nepal 112. I'm now trying to think, is it lucky to kill a spider? I was trying to move it off my notes and I've managed to flatten it by mistake, so...
Oh, I don't know who that was lucky for or an omen for.
I wasn't lucky for the spider, I can tell you that. Zach Lyon Cachet comes in. That's in the air. There's a chance here. There's 2 going for it. The keeper will take it. And he's held it. That's wonderful take.
Well, it was almost a collision. It was almost a calamity. Michael Levitt and Scott Edwards were herring towards each other. In the end, the skipper said it was mine, but goodness, if they'd clashed, I would hate to have seen the result. But the main thing as far as the Netherlands are concerned is it is the wicket of Singh. Here we go. He was trying to pull it to the leg side. Massive top edge. Look at that. Was almost synchronised diving in the end, but very fortunate. They were both looking up at the ball. That could have been, well, we've seen some horrible clashes in the past. In the end, it was very, very fortunate indeed.
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन अब त त्यो वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो
धनपुरे टोल
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
Partnership. Karen Casey, well, if he explodes, this is definitely on this game.
Almost 12 and over required. Tightly into the body, moves through. Always worth to have a go. Just check the overthrows. That was close again.
Well, Podol wanted the extra run. He was ready to go, but Karen Casey, because he'd have to put the afterburners on to get himself down the other end, he couldn't turn the afterburners off quick enough. Exactly 2 runs a ball required now. Lion Cachet has played a really good hand here in bringing this back.
Opens up, gets the connection. Come for one, but there is only a single in that. Oh, it's beautifully bowled. Well, that's terrific from Zak Lankashi. It swings back the way of the Netherlands. Just conceded a couple of runs in there over, took a wicket. It's 114 for 6, 39 to win.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ
Get his 4th and final over. He's been the man today.
Well, that is beautifully bowled first up. Best bowling figures today so far. 3 for 6. The figures that you dream of. And the first ball up is right in the block hole.
And again, they've gone for it. That's lofted, and that's in the schoolyard.
Oh, well, it almost took out some kids who were out there doing athletics training. That's how far it went. Now, Dorham, he'd been so tight, that spoiled his figures a little bit. But it was an enormous strike from Podol. He's not waiting for Karen Casey to take the mantle. The skipper wants to do it himself.
He'd lost 6 runs in 19 balls, and all of a sudden, the 20th equals that and doubles the tally. Beautifully hit. And the ball has been returned.
Well, looked like they were getting ready to do some hurdles practice over there. They'll have to watch out wherever they're doing their athletics training.
But now top scorer in the innings goes again. It's a little bit shorter. And they'll have to settle for the single.
This is a brilliant captain's knock from Podol to about 40 from 30 balls. There is a look at the bowling figures. Very, very tight he has, even with that 6. the wickets that he took as well.
KC on strike. And that's all he wanted to do was try and hand it back. That was a direct hit, but he was in.
Just so quick. Like I said, they sometimes manage to draw teams into chaos. It's nice work by Scott Edwards, but...
You've been to Nepal. Does anybody ever miss a bus when they run for it?
I tell you, they are unbelievably fast. They really are.
Tournament.
It's well bowled. Really pushed that ball right to the edge of the zone there.
Last ball of the over. What an afternoon it's been for him. And he finishes with a dot ball as well. That's impressive. He has been the star man for the Dutch. 122 for 6.
धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्। Ride with thrill, Mountain.
Well, this is set up. The Netherlands really have just pushed and pushed and pushed the ball down. The run rate currently at 6.8. The requirement is 15.5. It is time for some big hitting. And Vikram Singh will come in for his final over from the Kirkcaldy Road end here at Tickwood in Glasgow. That is launched up. It's high. It's close to the rope. It's gone. Max O'Dowd looked up in the same sky that I was looking up into. Just shrugged his shoulders. You called it.
Oh, don't go anywhere. Karen Casey, he is in the middle and he's going to take a liking to Singh. He's certainly going to try to put him away. We know how clean a striker he is, and Singh with his medium pace, I mean, that was just too full, over-pitched. He got up underneath that one. It ain't over yet, folks. Do not go anywhere. The Cardiac Kids are in town.
Around 28 for 6, chasing 153. That's in the air, that's catchable. And he's gone. Well, it wasn't the cleanest of catches, but after the fabulous 6, he then went for it again, edged it out, and he's gone.
Well, you just never, ever know. Michael Levitt did well in the end. The previous one had gone for 6. He was going again, but he's just top-edged. That one, just really good work. I love Michael Levitt's enthusiasm. He does nothing by half. Had to make some ground. He's not the tallest. He doesn't have the longest of legs, but look at that. Managed to get there, getting underneath it. The Dutch know exactly what that means.
Oh, it's a big, big wicket. He is such a danger. You can hammer the ball.
मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन। अब त त्यो वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोल हाले मात्रै हो।
धनपुर रेटोल धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
Singh bowls, thrashed up. It's a long off. It's an easy take. Put it out.
Well, Amajani doing his job there. He's got his captain on strike now. And these next 3 balls are crucial. Can Rohit get Singh away? And if he does, oh, believe you me, they will fancy this. Might look like a really daunting task at the moment.
Singh to Padel on 40, top scored for the innings. Thrashes that up in there. He's found a gap. It's going to bounce its way to 4.
Extraordinary shot. He had to reach so far for that one. Somehow managed to get his hands underneath it. How did he end up playing that? Oh, I said it is not over. Extraordinary. He helicoptered it in the end. That is an incredible stroke from Nepal's captain.
Zach Lankashi is it long off, deep extra cover just in between those positions. He might be busy. That one's thrashed up in the air as well and finds its way to the boundary for 4.
Hey, lucky I bought my defibrillator because they're doing it again. You just can never write them off. Especially when their captain's at the crease. This has been outstanding stuff from Podol.
Well, nobody got past 50 yesterday. Nobody has done it today just yet. But Rohit Padel is on 48 from 34 balls.
What number twist are we on now?
I've lost count. I don't have enough fingers. Singh. Final ball of the over. It's dug up high in there. O'Dowd looking for it, trying to come across, but there's man Davis Cross. He gets the catch. That is a brilliant wicket. High in there, and Noah Cross came racing in, shouted off Max O'Dowd, and the wicket goes. Padel is out for 48.
Well, there is the twist, and Vikramjit Singh ends up with 2 wickets, but the big one, Rohit Podol, he had to go. In the end, that is brilliant work by Crows. He has been outstanding in the outfield.
बल मासुमा झोलाला भात खाऊ मासु त के हड्डी पनि छैन अब त त्यो वन झाँक्रीको हड्डीमा झोलाले मात्रै हो
धनपुरे टोल
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
बलमा
Proton E7 Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स सर्वोत्तम
The bat. I think the emphasis is going to be on him. Can he get it away?
It's a good full ball right in at the feet. It's turned away for 1. They're going to try and come back for a second. This could be close, but the throw wasn't. So they pick up a 2.
But this is what they do. They're so quick that they put so much pressure on the fielder. They know how fast they are. So 2s, well, 2s won't do it. They still need a boundary. They need a 4. They need a 6. They preferably need both. But Lamachani retains his strike.
Clyde in again. It's another good length ball. He's played nicely. Good positioning. Strike 3 to extra cover. $13 to win. 4 balls remaining.
Well, Nandan Yadav, his highest score in T20s is 37. They don't need that much, but they need something from him now.
Klein doesn't want to give him anything good to hit. It's in the air, and that's going to come for 4. Noran can't get there. Well, the player's positioned reasonably short. third man, and it's hooked over for 4. The chase continues.
They keep doing it to me. They keep doing it. Last ball thrillers. They are a speciality. Who cares if they're 8 down? Who cares if they need 9? Who cares if they've only got 3 runs? They'll keep doing this. He just flashed hard, got enough on it, and found the rope.
Nine to win, 3 to come. Klein on the full toss. And they're only going to get 1. They're going to try for a second. Well, the bowler turned his back on the ball coming in. I think he thought it was going to go to the wicket keeper, and that was a very risky 2, but they got there.
That's what they do, though. The pressure tells. And as I said, they draw teams into their chaos. They're doing everything so quickly. Klein there, he was ready, just couldn't take it. He managed to get through for that second run.
Seven to win, 2 balls remaining. Boundary will have to be found. Crucial here from Klein. Bowls the attempted Yorker, it's in the air. It's not been held, but it's been knocked down. And this is going to set up the finale.
Oh, they can't keep doing it to me. Max O'Dowd. Well, in the end, he saved 2 runs.
I think this was the safer play. Couldn't afford to let this go to the boundary. He does have a good pair of hands on him, but I think he just realised, knock it down, keep it in front of you.
Well, his momentum would have taken him over the rope. So he's absolutely done the right thing there. He knew his footing wasn't there. Oh, boy. So, 5 to win, 4 to draw level and send the game into a super over. Oh, my goodness. I did try to warn you.
Well, it's fun, isn't it? It is fun. Boundary has to be found. Here comes the batters talking. Anandan Yadav, more noted for his use of the ball, but he has the bat in hand. He needs to find a boundary. Carl Klein. He has been pushed around in this over, but it all comes down to this final ball. Klein in delivers. The shot is low along the ground, and he has found the boundary. We are tied up. Nepal move themselves onto 152, and that is a sensational piece of batting.
How do they keep doing it? We are going to a super over. Hold on to your chairs, they're in the air over there. Those are the fans who just know you never ever give up.
सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट, सर्वोत्तम मजबुती।
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
त्यो तेरो सुँगुरे थुतुने नचलाइ कान एक डबाका चाड हाल्न ते।
बिहान बिहान कुकुरले गुखाएको छैन होला तिमीलाई चाड।
धनपुर रेटोल।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
2 for 8. We're moving to super over. Stay with us. And Klein's a good bowler as well. Right, you're watching live T20 Tri-Series cricket from Titwood in Glasgow, the home of Clydesdale Cricket Club. And what a home it has been today. We have had some entertaining cricket. And these Nepalese fans who thought they were going to win, then thought they were going to lose, and ended up with a tie. That takes us to super over. Mel Farrell alongside me. Talk me through what's going to happen now.
Oh, just going to say, I don't think they ever thought they were going to lose. You know, that was us. But those fans there, they always believe, and the reason they believe is because, oh, that man there, Rohit Podal, is talking to Stuart Law, the coach, just working out their tactics for this super over. But his innings was crucial in bringing them back into real contention after they lost some wickets. But going to be fascinating now to see who the Netherlands turn to bowl this super over. Who is going to come out and bat? All these questions. What a marvellous day we've had here. Wonderful cricket, really entertaining.
Well, in terms of potential bowlers, the best bowlers statistically, Daniel Durham was excellent. Zach Lankashi as well. Well, it's worth taking your picture, isn't it?
A harmonious blend of power and precision. Control. The EMA 7 takes you further with less. The roads may be challenging, but the EMA 7 is resilient, where nature meets technology, transforming the way we travel. Proton EMA 7, intelligence that electrifies. धरहरा, भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर, लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल।
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
Well, they're having a little chat. Well, join us. The Super Over will be with us soon.
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स।
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स।
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
पञ्चकन्या बाथवेयर, लग्जरी मेड अफोर्डेबल।
Clydesdale, both teams locked on 152 runs at the end of 40 overs, and it is going to be Durham to bowl the super over. What pressure! He has been outstanding with the ball in hand. There's one thing to bowl in the main part of the game, another thing to bowl in the pressure of the super over. No surprise to see the captain Rohit Podal back out there. He's played the innings of the match so far. And it's Kusha Patel who's at the non-strikers end. So they've brought the big guns. Patel was pretty sprightly at the top of the innings, but this man, he has been outstanding.
Proton EMA 7, intelligence that electrifies.
Crows closed that down very quickly indeed. And that's good play.
Well, it's a really good start from Durham. All of these fielders are right on their toes at the moment. I know how quickly they run between the wickets. In the
That was
air.
a chance.
Oh.
All the way to the boundary. Vikram Singh couldn't bring in the catch.
nerves frazzled. I couldn't quite see if he got a fingertip to it.
It was a good stroke. How close was he?
I don't think he got a fingertip to it, just out of reach.
Well, a realignment of the field at the moment. We have a long leg going in. It's in the air, that's blasted away. That is a terrific shot for 6.
Oh, Bertel getting in on the action now, taking to the spinner. Big stride forward, and that was in his arc. And a man's just come out to the Portaloo, and the ball's almost gone in.
I wasn't sure you're allowed to put a fielder in the bathroom, but obviously you can.
We've seen everything today.
4th ball. There's high. O'Dowd comes across. He's not going to get there for the catch, but he will stop it from crossing the rope. And they take 2.
He's so good patrolling the boundary, is Max O'Dowd. Just having to make that split-second judgment, as he did down the other end as well. Makes the right call.
Michel Bertel, who opened the batting. That's high in there. O'Dowd looking for it. He's setting himself just inside the rope, but can't get there. It's another 6.
Well, Durham, he'd only conceded 1 6 in all 4 of his overs, but now he's conceded 2 in the super over. Got so much height on it. Thought it might have been a chance for O'Dowd, but it didn't drop far. It was just that elevation that he got.
Final ball in there. That is to O'Dowd. It's straight down. He's not had to move, and he takes the catch.
Well, more importantly, it's a dot ball too, but 19 runs coming off the super over, and the Netherlands are going to need 20 to win.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स। धरहरा भैरवा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल, संसद भवन, वीर अस्पताल र सीआईटी भवन जस्ता महत्त्वपूर्ण आधार स्तम्भ तथा भवनहरूको निर्माणलाई बलियो आधार दिँदै आएको सर्वोत्तम सिमेन्ट।
They're over. From a Dutch perspective, who's going to come out to bat for them? Well, Vikram Singh hit a very nice 30 earlier on today. You would certainly think about him as potentially being one of those players. But these are big calls for the captains and for the management teams as they decide who to send in.
Well, I wonder, I mean, Max O'Dowd, you would imagine, would usually come out, but Zulfikar was so strong earlier. Here we have a look at some of those sixes. Here's the poor gentleman just coming out. I think that's Potsy from the Forfeiture Club. My goodness, Ian Potts, gone to the potty. And here, that ball, it's not dropped far outside the rope, but he got so much elevation on it that there was nothing Max O'Dowd could do about it.
So Nepal will get ready to come back into the field.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
To see if the reply.
Well, commentators thought their day was done.
Everybody thought their day was over, but it's not to be. But this
Brilliant.
super over, in terms of the super over, 19 a good target to go for? Is that tough?
Oh, well, I've got to try and get to 20. If it's 19, well, if it's under playing conditions, then we'll be going to another super over. So 20, the target, that is pretty steep. That's a really good one to have to bat first and put that up early. Pressure all on Netherlands as they walk out, but yeah, it'd be very interesting. Zulfikar, I wonder if they will go for him. He scored 25 of 12.
So this super over, 19 scored, doesn't really matter. The problem with dropping wickets is, of course, it's a dot ball and you're not scoring runs. I mean, that's really what matters there. You're looking to score off of every ball, which is a tough thing to do. I mean, yes, Nepal lost a wicket at the end, but I mean, they scored 19 runs. So what you really want to do is to get your best batter on strike, keep him on strike, and see if he can thump the way to victory.
Yeah, they've just got to get themselves, to 20 runs by hook or by crook. I'm just looking, I think I just saw Bim Sharkey coming onto the field. So just coming on as a sub fielder. Interesting. So it looks like Michael Levitt it is and Max O'Dowd. So they are going with their established openers. I wasn't sure if Zulfikar might just have a chance, seeing he was running so hot earlier.
Well, big moments. Levitt and O'Dowd. Karen Casey has been selected as the bowler. Now, his box office as it is, and his box office now in a super over.
Well, he's also the man that they've turned to at really pivotal moments. Of course, the famous Valentine's Day victory in Windhoek. That is the stuff of folklore in Nepal. And he's called the Valentine's Day man because of the innings that he played that day. It's with the ball that his country needs him now.
Nepal playing for the 100th time in T20 international cricket at this level. And this would be as sweet a win as they could find. Can the Dutch, though, reply? The Dutch have had the better of things against Nepal in recent times in one-day T20 match.
Proton EMAS 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Over the edge of the commentary tent and the cameras. How about that to start?
Well, that's why he's come out here, Michael Levitt. What a way to start this super over. And sat up. And he put plenty of muscle behind that one. Oh, boy. Yeah, I like the fact that our cameraman did not even flinch as well. He's hard. He's tough. Get ready, there might be some more balls flying your way.
Ball 2, 6 from the first, what from the second? Well, there was thinking about a single, and they'll have to go back.
Well, that was just a little bit of a brain fade, I think, a lack of communication between Levitt and O'Dowd. It really does show what pressure does in a super over. They could have taken a single there. Whichever way they went, they had to communicate clearly. In the end, they ended up looking at each other, looking back, looking at each other. Doesn't matter now, but they've only got four deliveries left, 4 legal deliveries left.
The bowler in. Oh, that was high. The run is through. He'll be run out at the other end. Eventually. No. Well, pressure does get to the batting team. It gets to the bowling team too. That should have been a run out and wasn't.
Well, here we go again. It is what pressure does. The hesitation, the lack of communication. But in the end, Karen Casey just couldn't gather the ball. It was very close. Umpire was right there on the spot. And in the end, they've just run through for the bye, but they need another 6. They need another boundary. They've only got 3 deliveries remaining. 13 off 3 is the equation. Really, really tight.
Max O'Dowd takes strike, will face the first ball that he's faced in this super over. And it comes, it's absolutely hammered. The fielder is across. Bertel, they'll take one, they'll go back for a second, but that's all they're going to get. 2 balls to come. Remember, they need 20.
11 off 2. That is the equation now. They need a 6. They need O'Dowd to try and find that boundary road.
Of course, if it goes to 19, we've got another super over on our hands.
Just had Kershaw Bertel actually asking me how many balls left, how many needed. I tell you what, they're all on edge. They are all on edge.
This is the pivotal ball of the match. Can't afford to bowl a wide. We'd add 1 to the tally and have to bowl again.
Max O'Dowd just looking at his options. He's just going to have to swing. He needs to find the boundary and cross it, if at all possible.
And it comes. It's absolutely melted. That is heading for the city centre. That is a 6 of absolute epic proportions, and all still to play for.
Oh boy, Max O'Dowd, and he looks cool as a cucumber. It was a gift, it was a full toss, and he just let the bat do the rest. Pace on, full toss, thank you very much. Right, so 5 required off the last ball, so that means they need another 6, or else we're going to be going to another. Well, they need 6 off the last ball, I should say.
4 would do it to the super over.
4 sends us to a super over again. Oh, can we keep? How are our nerves going to handle this?
Kara Casey. Well, he's been spoken to by Tender Singh-Hari, the vice captain. They need to try and settle here. Max O'Dowd standing.
And look, he doesn't look like he's even breaking his sweat. All in a day's work, Max O'Dowd. Cool as a cucumber. Tell you what, I'm not.
4 will send us to super over. 6 will send the Dutch home happy. Anything less, and it's Nepal's day. There's the strike. The ball is heading to the boundary. Is he going to get there? It does. It crosses the rope. And remarkably, Nepal had hit 19 in their super over. The Netherlands have just done the same. Cricket, gotta love it.
Oh,
19
boy.
and 19, let's do it all again. If by any chance you have any friends that thinks cricket is dull, get in touch with them and ask them.
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी. Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्. Ride with thrill, Mountain Dew.
Panchakanya bathwear, luxury made affordable.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल. हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन. युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स.
Swapping over the order for this second super over. And they just have to keep playing until we have a win. This is a result of the 2019 World Cup final between New Zealand and England. And they were tied at the end of a super over, but England essentially won on a technicality. Now we just keep going until we have a winner.
So the Dutch will continue with their batting, and it's a question of now who bowls this over, and that question of course will be talked about in the Dutch camp as well. Who are they going to put forward? Kyle Klein conceded 15 in his final over, and that allowed the opportunity for the game to be tied. Then Daniel Dorham conceded 19 in his super over effort. So when you have to go for it, it's a different ball game. The Dutch now standing the triumvirate of batters, the Nepalese all together, and they'll have to decide how they're going to take this. It really has been a thrilling afternoon of cricket. Remember, there's still 4 games still to come. If you're in and around the Glasgow area, we hope you can join us. And wherever you're watching around the world, please do join us once more tomorrow. Scotland against Nepal is our fixture tomorrow.
Well, and the last time that Scotland and Nepal played, the last 2 times, those matches went down to the last ball. So they always play really competitive matches. Honestly, if you're in Glasgow, get yourself down here, because honestly, you won't get better entertainment. You really won't.
So Scott Edwards and Max O'Dowd are the batsman. Just waiting for that gaggle of players to see who's going to be handed the ball.
Well, I think it must be one of the spinners, and I suspect, and maybe that's why Scott Edwards has come on. It's going to be, is it going to be Sandeep Lamachani?
Well, Lamachani had a terrific ball during the Dutch innings before. I think the most disappointed person coming over is Kushal Patel, is wandering over down towards us in the commentary box, and I think he thought with 11 required of 2 that they'd be okay. It didn't quite work out that way, with the 6 and the 4 to get the 10 to tie.
They're all smiles out there. You know, it might be really competitive stuff and hard fought, but it's also been played in terrific spirit, this game.
I have to be honest with you, Mel, if you cannot enjoy this as a professional sportsman, you really shouldn't be playing, because this is what it's all about. You want the big moments, you want the big chances, and it is going to come.
Lalit Rajvanshi it is.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Throughout the day, you'll realise that some of these overs just get bowled so quickly. You get to this nail-biting stuff, time taken, every fielding position is done exactly. All the communication has to be correct.
Oh, they are enjoying it. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy as they just settle in. But what an incredible advertisement this has been. I love a Tri-Nations, by the way. It's wonderful to see these 3 teams involved. They've been brilliant in Dundee. They've been fabulous so far here in Glasgow. Oh, should be more of it. They're a remarkable level of entertainment. Now, if this goes to a 3rd super over, It has never happened in international cricket. I would not put it past these teams to send us there. But we're in the second super over. That in itself is rare enough.
Rabanchi, first ball. And there's the field. Again, you're just trying to find where the gaps are. There's not a long on.
No, they've got 2 out deep on the leg side.
Just the second time that has been a second super over in international cricket, and you're watching it live. First ball. Absolutely hammered, it's in the air, and that's not coming back in a hurry. That is a terrific strike. It's 6.
Well, that's why the skipper has come out. He's their best player of spin. I think they realised that was the direction Nepal were heading in. And what a great start to the over from Scott Edwards. Oh boy.
Just calmly played, read it all the way, swept beautifully, and that wasn't coming back in a hurry. So again, just some subtle field changes.
Rowett just having a word with Rajbanshi as well. Scott Edwards, if he gets the chance to play that slog sweep again, he will go. Got 2 out on the boundary waiting for that shot. It's with the wind as well.
Ball 2. Then again, there should be 2 in this. If they're going to come back, they'll should be quick. Now they decided against it. And Maxwell says, no, I'll take this one. Don't you worry, skipper.
Well, Scott Edwards in particular is very quick, but Irie, they saw who was fielding, and it was the Tiger, Devendra Singh Irie, herring in. There's no way they were going to test his arm. One of the best fielders in the world, in my opinion.
So Max O'Dowd, who took part in the first super over, batted well. Let's see what ball 3 shall bring. Goes for it. That's not coming back in a hurry either. That is 6, way over the boundary ropes. And it has been a terrific start to super over number 2. Max O'Dowd, watch his skipper hit 6. He's just done the same.
Well, he went the other way. That was hung outside the off stump. It wasn't the worst ball, but it was enough in the slot for O'Dowd to send it on to the tennis courts. He just carved it away. Oh, they're not nervous. Not nervous at all. Enjoying the entertainment. But what a good start. 13 at the halfway mark of this super over. Rajbanshi has to find a way to pull this back.
The Dutch have a day off tomorrow. They may well enjoy themselves tonight, should they finish this one with the victory. Ball 4. 13 on the scoreboard. That's a wide. So the score goes up to 14 and the ball will be bowled again.
Yeah, that's a gift that they don't need to give away at this point.
They're going through the bowler's mind. That's a lovely stroke. Got it cleanly. Got the fielder in the right position.
And that's what he's trying to do. You saw him bowl the wide and you knew that was coming next. He's trying to bowl dry outside the off stump. It was full. And he could only really dig it out. They've got protection out there.
2 balls to come. If they can get a boundary from either, they're really going to set a test for Nepal. That's a full toss. There's a man out there, but it's going to fall short. They will have to come for the second. And they're quickly in to watch the overthrow. That's well played by Karen Casey to check.
Oh, and it was Irie as well. They did test his arm, and on that occasion, they get back. Just couldn't get enough elevation, couldn't get enough power on that one, Edwards. And he had to hair back. It was quick, it was tight. Perhaps if the throw had taken off the bails. My goodness, right. One ball remaining.
I think they're going to bring in a pinch runner here.
They are.
So Max O'Dowd is pretty quick, but really in this situation you want somebody who's even quicker between the wickets, and Michael Levitt is the man who's been called upon. So if this doesn't find the boundary, they will be running.
I don't know whether he might have tweaked. Did he tweak something? He looked a little bit uncomfortable when he made one of those shots. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that, if he's actually retired out hurt or retired out.
Here's the opportunity with the last ball. They need something off this to set a tough target. 19.
Oh dear.
Final ball. And it comes. That's swept away. That's high. There's a man on the boundary. He takes it.
It's the Tiger, Devendra Singh Airi. He's been in the action all the way through. But most importantly, it's the wicket. It's not the wicket, it's the dot ball. It keeps the Netherlands to 17. And Nepal, they'll be back chasing 18. Safe as houses out there.
2 sixes in the innings has set a fine platform. Join us for the conclusion of this one.
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
के तपाईलाई थाहा छ मेरो व्यस्त सोशल लाइफ र प्रोडक्टिभिटीलाई म कसरी मेन्टेन गर्छु? मलाई चाहिन्छ रिलायबल र सही कनेक्सन। डिश होमको इन्टरनेट भरपर्दो र विश्वासिलो छ।
Grab a Mountain Dew. QR code scan गरी Yamaha FZ V3 जित्ने मौका पाउनुहोस्। Right with thrill, Mountain Dew.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
Proton EMA 7. Intelligence that electrifies.
Panchakanya
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको